Have you ever wondered why you make certain decisions, often without realizing the underlying influences? Cognitive biases are mental shortcuts that can significantly impact our choices, often without us even knowing. Today, we're going to dive into some common cognitive biases, how they affect our decisions, and most importantly, how to protect ourselves from their influence. How often do you think your decisions are truly your own? Stay with us to uncover the hidden forces shaping your mind. Cognitive biases are mental shortcuts our brains use to simplify information processing. While they can be helpful in making quick decisions, they often lead to errors in judgment. These biases are hardwired into our thinking processes, affecting everything from everyday decisions to major life choices. Understanding cognitive biases is crucial because they influence our perceptions, actions, and interactions, often without us even realizing it. Confirmation bias. Confirmation bias is the tendency to search for, interpret, and remember information that confirms our pre-existing beliefs. This bias leads us to favor information that aligns with what we already think and dismiss evidence that contradicts it. For example, if you believe a particular diet is the best, you'll likely focus on success stories and ignore studies that highlight its flaws. Confirmation bias can limit our perspective and reinforce incorrect beliefs, making it crucial to seek out diverse viewpoints and challenge our assumptions. Anchoring bias. Anchoring bias occurs when we rely too heavily on the first piece of information we receive, the anchor, when making decisions. This initial information sets the standard for all subsequent judgments. For instance, if a car dealer starts with a high price, any discount seems more reasonable, even if the final price is still above market value. Anchoring can skew our perception of value and lead to less rational decisions. To combat this, it's important to research and compare multiple sources before forming conclusions. The bandwagon effect. The bandwagon effect is the tendency to adopt behaviors, styles, or attitudes simply because others are doing so. This bias is prevalent in social media and consumer behavior, where the popularity of an item or idea significantly influences individual choices. For instance, if many people start using a particular product, others are likely to follow suit, assuming it must be good. The bandwagon effect can lead to herd mentality, where individual critical thinking is overshadowed by group behavior. To counter this, evaluate decisions based on their merits, not just their popularity. Availability heuristic. The availability heuristic is a mental shortcut that relies on immediate examples that come to mind. If something can be recalled quickly, we assume it's more common or likely. This bias can skew our perception of reality. For instance, after seeing news reports about airplane accidents, you might overestimate their frequency, even though car accidents are far more common. The availability heuristic influences how we assess risks and make decisions. To counter this, seek out statistical data and broader perspectives to inform your judgments. Overconfidence bias. Overconfidence bias is the tendency to overestimate our knowledge, abilities, or the accuracy of our predictions. This bias can lead to risky decisions and failures because we don't accurately assess our limitations. For example, investors might believe they can predict market movements better than they actually can, leading to poor investment choices. Overconfidence can also affect professionals who might take on tasks beyond their capabilities. To counteract overconfidence, seek feedback, consult diverse perspectives, and regularly evaluate your performance realistically. Marketers and advertisers often exploit cognitive biases to influence consumer behavior. For example, they use anchoring by showing a high initial price to make discounts seem more attractive. The bandwagon effect is leveraged through social proof, showing that many people are using a product to encourage others to follow. Confirmation bias is exploited by targeting ads that align with users' existing beliefs. Understanding these tactics can help you recognize when you're being influenced and make more informed decisions. Political campaigns frequently exploit cognitive biases to shape public opinion and influence voting behavior. Emotional appeals are used to trigger strong responses, leveraging the availability heuristic by highlighting specific issues prominently in media. Anchoring can set the tone for debates, framing initial points that influence subsequent discussions. The bandwagon effect is used to create momentum, making candidates seem more popular and thus more appealing. By being aware of these tactics, you can critically analyze political messages and make more informed decisions. Protecting yourself from cognitive biases. Being aware of cognitive biases is the first step in protecting yourself. Educate yourself about common biases and their effects. Numerous resources, such as books, articles, and online courses, can help deepen your understanding. The more you know about how biases work, the better equipped you'll be to recognize them in your own thinking and decision-making processes. Practice critical thinking and maintain a healthy level of skepticism. Question assumptions and seek out diverse perspectives. When faced with decisions, especially significant ones, take the time to evaluate all available information thoroughly. Critical thinking involves analyzing arguments, identifying logical fallacies, and avoiding jumping to conclusions based on incomplete evidence. Thank you for joining us on this journey to understand cognitive biases and protect your decisions from their influence. We've explored various common biases, how they are exploited, and strategies to counteract them. Share your experiences and tips in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more content on personal growth and decision-making. Until next time, I'm glad because you dared to know